here we go. So now I would just start what we've just installed, which is Adobe. So start button, Adobe Premiere Pro CC 19, and then it will take a little while to start itself up. So it might even take about a minute to, hopefully, it's got to think through various things before it will start itself up. So again, just whilst it's doing that, I will just play a little bit more of this. Yeah, so
once Premiere loads up, this window will appear, and you're just going to want to select a new project. So from here, you want to select a location where you want to save the project in, and I'm just going to pick a folder where I can save this in. Then you can just name the project whatever you want. I'm just going to name this Premiere Pro Tutorial, and then once I'm done, click OK. So this is going to open up Premiere and all of its 4 main panels. Now, something I want to mention real quick, some of the panels could be in different places depending on what kind of workspace you have. So if you go under Window, Workspace, if you want to go ahead and select Editing, that is the one that I'm using. It doesn't change what the panels contain and what they're called, but...
Yep, so when this starts up, yeah, we'll follow that. And so it's still, it does take a little while to start up, so you must have to go through various routines and so on. So in the meantime,
it does change where they are positioned in your work area. So this is just to accommodate different needs depending on what you're doing in Premiere. So the first panel that we...
Yeah, so here we have here you've got the timeline. So this is just the same as the other one, where you drop your clips onto here. This is the area where you store your video to drag and drop onto here. And so I think so this window and this configuration, it just shows the if you were to double click on one of the files in here, it would show that, whereas this shows the video of the timeline and what's going on there. So yeah, it is gradually doing something now. Here we are. So it's gradually starting itself up. Okay, so I will go through. So we've got it working now, and here it is. So okay, so this is what you may get other things coming up, but what you want is here we go. So basically new project, and so I'm going to pick a folder, and this is the folder I'm going to use. So Premiere Pro, and that's the folder anyway. Select the folder. Okay, I didn't like me putting a space in there, so I've removed the space. Oh, okay. Right. Well, I'll delete that. See how that works. Okay. So yes, we're okay with that folder. I'm just going to call this something. So Andre card presentation. Okay. So it will take us a little while to now initiate itself and get into that format, which so I'm going to do the same as what it said. You got Windows, Workspaces, Editing. We'll do that. Okay. Okay. So now, this is the area where you put the music, the cards animating. This is where you drag them into. This is the timeline. This is the area which, if you double clicked on one of these, it would show that. Maybe this window will show what's playing here. So I'm going to File, and I'm going to import I'm going to import the card animation. So which I have. Of course, you'll have it in a different place, but here is the and so render movie. I think it's here. So yeah, we'll grab that one. So that is the, so yeah, we double click this and I'm playing the initial clip I sent you. So that's that. So also need the music file, and also I only have this in the video that where you sent me that, whereas you'll have the video separate as a might be a .wav, .wav or .mp3 file. So I'm thinking that Cardon Cube #1, I think that's the one that you put the music on. So I'm importing that and I'm playing. And you can also just play it there. It doesn't appear to have the music on. Yeah, so there'll be another one. So another Control I again for importing, so is another way to do it. So I'm thinking this is the one with the music on. So I can try that. And so here we are. Try it, playing it again. Yep. Okay. This is definitely the one with the music on. I double click on it and it appears here. Yep. Okay. Yeah. This I'm playing it through a laptop, so the speaker is a bit rubbish. So yeah, it sounds okay at that volume. Okay. Right. So I am going to create a new sequence. So new item sequence. So I've right clicked in this area, new item sequence, and I am going to I'm going to go to in this tab. I'm going to the initial video was 25 frames per second, so I'm sticking to that to 10. This is the high definition standard currently used everywhere. So yes, you got some. That's the standard for your kind of music, any kind of sound on the on so on. So okay, so now I've got a sequence in which I can drag and drop all these in. So initially. So we've got the. So I'm just going to say keep existing settings, because the thing is that this is 1080 by 1080 because it's a square thing, whereas this is 1080 by 920. So it's almost it's twice as wide as it is. It's quite a lot wider than it is tall. Whereas this is a square one. So to get the same kind of thing with the black, I'm aiming to reproduce this. So I'm saying keep existing settings. So yeah. So now you hit the space bar and it does play it. So there we go. Okay. So I'm also going to need the music on, and I'm going to delete the first one. I think that's the one with no music on. Yeah, it doesn't have it on, so that's not what I want. So I'm deleting that one, and so this I am putting in place here, and no. So okay, I've dragged that up. So I've dragged that up one. These are all little tracks in which you can have many of them, like in many other video editors, and so if you hit the Z key, then it means you can zoom in by clicking, and if you hold on Alt and click, you zoom out. So that's what I'm doing there. So I put this on the initial square animation I put on V2, whereas V1 I'm going to put the one with the music on. So now so it's been a little bit of a mess, because if I turn off the top layer, then that's showing there, because obviously this wasn't done in a format of 1280 by 720, and I'm just working this slightly larger format. So I think so I'm not really bothered about the I'm just thinking that I'm not really bothered about it, I'm just hoping that I was just hoping for the sound to be there, so obviously it plays there, so, and I was hoping that the sound could be right. So to extract the sound from this, for the one with the I am so on this clip with the sound, you don't need to do this. You just need the MP3 or .wav file. I'm saying, so just to extract the sound for me, new sequence from file. Right click that, new sequence from file. This is another sequence, and I'm pressing the V key just to select, and this. And now I am going to okay, so I'm wanting to split the audio from the video. So it's clip and unlink. So that means I can independently select that and select the audio, and then copy. I'm going to switch back to the original presentation where we initially put the this square animation, and I tried putting this previous clip with the music in before, and I'm now going to right click upon that and clear. And so, and on one of the audio channels where it has the microphone, I'm right clicking, and I just wanted to paste that in. So it might be, alternatively, I'm going to press Control V for paste. That's it. So Control V, and I now have the piece of music there. So we're now playing the animation with the space bar, and yeah, we've got the animation going on there. And so I'm going to hit File and Save just in case. Okay, so I am now. This is. I'm looking at this in order to reproduce it. So I'm reproducing this over there without this. So okay, so I've just been playing this to to just check how it is. So so first is the German at the top. So I am now going to focus on this, and so I'm dragging this down to the first V1. It just means I've got a couple of these tracks in order to put some text on. So drag this to the beginning of the sequence, and we're going for this das, and then here we go. So I'm pressing the T key. And that allows my pointer is now changed to a something at which I can write some text with. So I'm going to copy your text, and okay, so now I am going to there's a way of colouring the text. Okay, so we're changing the colour on here. So going for this colour, so effect controls, and now here fill is what we want, and so I'm going for that kind of yellowy green. So yeah, so to change the fill color of the text, it's click with it, you want effect controls, and then looking beneath that, it's click on fill color, and then pick out the color. So it's something like that, I think it was. Yeah, I'm just going off this, trying to match that. So maybe a bit darker. Maybe a little bit more yellow. Something like that. And so yeah, we got that. We got that to the right color, and it wants to be italic. And then yeah, I'll try and guess which. So now I'm going to go to this. I'm going to hit the Windows key, type snip. This is built into Windows, snipping tool, and no, so new, and then I'm going to simply select that, and then we've got this in a file, save as, and just save it somewhere, and font. So I'm just trying to match that font. So there's a website called font what the font called want the font. So this enable this. If I upload the image, it should drag or drop. So okay, so I'm dragging in the I'm just navigating to the yeah, so navigating to this here, and I'm going to drag, get rid of that, and then font, drag it on there, and now, so yeah, that's okay. Okay, so yes, now so now I'm going to recreate this. There's a black surface there, a black single solid color there. So now I'm going to try and recreate that with a. So I'm going to right click in the project area and new item and color matte, and so yeah, so it's by default it is the same size as this area. So okay, and now I am going to pick out a color, and black is by default it is black. So okay, so now so I'm going to just call this black color matte, and now when I drag it here, So I'm going to put that here, and then this goes behind it, and so yeah. So yes, I'm going to now. So that's on top, then, and then beneath that we've got the black, and then on the writing. So and of course the card animation is beneath. So here we are going to just move go to effect controls, and we're going to position this, and so I will now drag. So I'm clicking on the number and I'm dragging it to what I remember to be about the right place, and so here is so here's another media player with just so I can compare. And so now rotation, and so I'm rotating this, and and just to make sure that I've got this in more or less the right place, I am right. So just to make sure I've got it in the right place, it's a bit hard with the with this not filling up the entire screen, the animation. So okay, so I'm going to make yet another color map. This one is just for the purpose of right click, new item, color matte, and now yeah, I'm going to, so this time just a bright pink color, just so I can see what's going on. So call this pink color matte, and now I'm dragging this. Well, I think initially it would be perhaps a good idea to add a track. So it's added one in. I'm just going to stick this here so they can see what's going on. And so when I put the black one in, so it's not quite right there. So I will. It needs a bit of scale, maybe. Yeah. So make it slightly bigger than the area. And now we are going to move it up to just to match your original, and there we go. That's, you know, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off the this. So yeah, we've got it more or less the same there. So as this. So that's so going through. So you've got the text coming in from the side there, the sliding text. Yeah, so sliding text at the top. So I'll follow what you've done there, and so I'm presuming you don't want those dots there, so I'm going to leave those off. so this first bit of text, it just seems to come in. So around. So going to the same point in the animation. I'm just going to turn the sound off for now. So in this one, so that the animation seems to. So I'm just turning these off for now. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you've got it. Also, this needs to be rotated. So here, effect controls and rotation and 180 degrees. Yeah, so it's come from the same direction. So yeah, that looks to be more or less the right. So yeah, so that's the same timing. So at 22, you have this coming in. So, well, yeah, 22. You want this. So I'm just looking at this here. 22. Yeah, we want both the text and this black area to disappear then. So okay, back to effect controls, and there should be an opacity one, and here I'm sticking that there, and so I'm sticking it. I'm pressing that little thing to make a key there, and yeah, so there's the key, and it just means, yeah, so if I go one more little step along with to 23, and then I'm going to make that opacity to be 0, and so I'm going to do the same for, go back to 22 for this black area here. So go to opacity, and then boom, and yeah, so we're beginning to, yeah, so we've got rid of that text there, and yeah, I personally would have a little bit more of a fade actually, so but for now, and we'll just follow what you've done. So here is around 20, so 13 this text appears. So again, I would have it fade in a little, just slightly. So, but so at 13 here, we're going to have the other text come in. So again, we're going to go to the text tool, and I'm just moving this along so I can read off the text, which I'm going to put in there. So I am going to just type in what you have. Okay, and now we needs to be the right typeface. So effect control. So effect controls here, and yeah, so that needs to be. You need to have the indicator of where you are in the timeline, in line with that, else this doesn't show. So yeah, when I go over here, it disappears, I think. No, it doesn't. Right. Okay, so 13 anyway. 13, and now so first of all, the fill wants to be white, and then so we want to pick up the right kind of, so we just go for, hopefully here there is just try light, and of course we want to remove the italics, so it needs to be the right size. So bring it down a bit, and so I've just clicked on there to make sure we have the effect controls for this particular text layer. And now there will be a text size, so just bring that down a little bit and just compare it. I'm just swapping to the media player and switching to first bit of text. So yeah, that's about right. Okay, so maybe a little bit smaller. A bit smaller. Okay, now again we'll need to keyframe the opacity. So yeah, make it 0 at this point, and then maybe a few frames, and then 100. 2 keyframes there, so it will fade in slightly. So hitting the spacebar, and yeah, and also I personally would I would have the other one fade out as well. So with this one, clicking and dragging, and so this piece of text will go pencil, have it okay, so need to find the next bit of text. So that disappears. Again, I would have it fade out slightly. So that is at 212. So just make sure we're on the right layer, double click on the layer, and then we go to opacity 100, and then fade it out for a few frames, make it 0 there, drag it to 0, so hitting the space bar to play, and just it fading in and out, it just helps a little bit, I think. Perhaps the timings can be adjusted a bit later on. I'm just going to save the project, and now I'm trying to click on here, the next bit of text. So the next appears at 310. So 310. Maybe just before. And right click on the top track and add track. Just means, and now I'm going to select the text tool. You can either sometimes hit the T key instead. And again, I am now clicking here and copying the text. And I'm going to select this is a selection tool instead of so it just means I can drag it around a bit. And comparing the text to the previous one, so I'm just going to drag that and then try and make it the same kind of size, and of course it needs to appear at around 310. Effect controls, and then Okay, mistake made in that the text, I put it on this layer as well, so I should have been, before having added the text, I should have been on this blank layer, I think. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to undo and right, we're just going to go through a few stages of undo until we've got rid of that. A new text. And so hopefully that is, yeah, that's gone. So okay, I'm selecting this layer, blank layer, text, click in here. Yeah, so new bit of text here on its own separate layer, so it can have its own opacity assigned to it. Okay, so grab the text from the other one and so just before 310. Find out how long this goes on for. It stays for quite a while, so fade it out at 510. Or just before. Yeah, so clicking on the little circle there, it brings it together. That adjusts how much you've zoomed in or not. So so the maximum of how it can zoom in is if I'm pressing the little selection tool again, and it needs to be a bit longer, this one. It needs to go beyond 510. So hit, yeah, okay, that's okay. So now we're at 510, and just before, yeah, we've got that key is there, and now at a few frames afterwards, make it 0 opacity, so it's gone. And yeah, so maybe bring that in a little bit. And so of course it does need the frame at just before then. and yeah, so it's looking a little bit more together now. Now file and save just in case, and now just going to find the next piece of text here, which comes in nicely like that. I will have that come in the same way with using the sliding text, a recipe for sliding text. So okay, so here adding another track, and first of all I will go to the same point in the timeline, 703. So this begins coming in at 612. Okay, well, maybe 612. 612 to 702. 612. So this begins coming in there. So first of all, we do need the text. So text tool, and here just so let's put it on the wrong track, so I'm putting it back here on the top track, and so I'll line up I'll select the selection tool with the pointy one, and then drag it down here. Well, leave it there, but I'll just make it the similar kind of size. So 612. Have it come in. So here, effect controls, find the opacity down the bottom, and so with this on the, you've got around around 610 or something like that. You've got this, the text just comes in like that, so it is fading in and also it is moving in, so I will follow that as well, and then at a certain point it then moves away again, so I will follow that. Okay, here on this side we will around 610, it fades in, and I'm going to, at the same time as it's fading in, I will go to the effects control for this particular piece of text, and I will alter the position there to the opacity change. So there. Again, I'm moving, watching these two keyframes, and I'm moving it. I'm holding down Shift to which attracts it to the first keyframe, and then for position, I will hit this. This means we're going to set some keyframes on for the position, and also I'm going to hold down Shift and then drag it to this point, the second keyframe of the opacity, and I'm going to set another, hitting this little dot, you'll get another keyframe there. So I will for the text here, I'm just temporarily, I'm going to make this opacity 100 just so that I can see what I'm doing. So I will now yeah, it's not that one, it's this number. I've just undone that. Right, well, we're just dragging that off, drag it off, and so that should be set there, and then when we move to there, it has come out. So just to fit in with that, I will now drop the opacity down to 0 initially, so it should fade and come in, and I'll just check when it leaves the frame. You've got it leaving at about 13.5. Okay, 13.5. Go to add. So yeah, 13.5, got it just. So in the same way, I will, this needs to be elongated so it covers this time period. And now switching back to effect controls, and then want to simply, at this point, I'm going to clicking and dragging to select this particular keyframe and holding down Shift, and I'm clicking and dragging, and that's not working. So Control Z to undo, and then I'm simply going to make another keyframe, and so that means it's saying that, well, at that point it's still at the same point as before, and then back here hit another keyframe, and I will, the position, you will get dragged off layer, it will get dragged off there, so there, and so it will have the 100% opacity to begin with, but then when it's gone off again, hit another keyframe for opacity and make it 0. Here we go. So it's fading as it goes off. So just looking for the next, and then we've got this last piece to come down there, and then and there's this one as well, which I think I might fade up as well. So okay. So this text looks quite similar to the text to begin with, so I'm going to do a bit of, I'm going to just copy the initial text at the beginning here is made up of this layer and this layer. So I'm going to add, well, so this text comes in at 16, so but I am going to click those and right click and copy, and then select somewhere else on this particular layer, and I'm going to edit, paste. No, it's not. Right. Maybe. Okay, I'm adding another track here, and another track, and so here I'm going to do it right here. Edit, paste. Yes, we need to move this. We need to move this to a certain point beyond, and then hopefully, if I edit, paste, yes, we're okay there. So I'm now dragging these to. We don't actually need these. We're going to just go and drag these to, perhaps just here. So and so we need to. I need to follow the same text and so on. So here we go. Yeah. So I'm going to alter this text to that text. So I'm hitting the T key, which so this, or you could press the T there, and I am now I'm selecting Control A on the keyboard, and now I will reduce the text size to perhaps half what it is, and try there, and back here. So this can be altered afterwards. Yeah, to get accents, the German accents, I'm just not sure how to type the German accents. So I think my best method of doing that maybe to go to Word, and then so a blank document, and now I just want to insert okay, so I'm just going to get the correct accents written out here in Word. So I need the double dot over the So I'm just copying that from Word into Premiere. So, and I am selecting the last letter and Control V to paste, and so I need a return there to make it right. Okay. Now hitting the selection tool, I will drag it out to be more the right size. Okay, so I'll follow the positioning of this so position, and again I am going to follow the original. So it's just clipping the top of there. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay. And I will follow the way that has also appeared. Right. So we're just going to follow the way that appears there. And so they can slide down, and then that. Okay. So just going to see when. Oops. I've screwed up the layout there, so Windows, Workspaces, Editing. That should put it back the way it should be. So here we are, and then just saying what. I'll just turn the sound off again, and so it's 1319 that this appears, so we'll follow that again. So 1319 again. Want these two to so I click once there, and I'm holding that shift, and I click again, and then I drag them that way, and so this allows me now to go here and pick out the time when for each one when it needs to move in down from the top. So position. So I'm setting a key. I'm setting a key by this means we're setting keys on this particular channel, and then this key either adds or removes a keyframe which is there. And now So this is it in the right position, and I'm just going to go back a little bit, and well, maybe I will, we don't want it fading there, but I will now stick another keyframe in, and this will just take it up out of the way. Let's do that. It's the other way around. It's the other way around. So I'll move these around. So I've swapped them over, and so as that goes, this comes, and then opacity. I'm going to remove the opacity keys. So I've clicked and dragged to select those keys, and I'm hitting the delete key, and now I am hitting the 100%, hitting to set a keyframe, which is probably unnecessary, but that's the opacity doesn't change on that. But so I'm going to do the same. So for this black one as well. So position. Let's see if I can copy. I'm going to select both those. Let's see if I can select both. Click and drag to select those, and copy. And now I'm going to go select. This is this black color mat here, and I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to moving this whilst holding shift. Kind of clamps me to this first key, and now I'm switching to the black color mat, and I'm going to. This means if I paste, no, I'm not allowed to paste. Okay. Anyway, so this for the second one, I will make sure there is a key at this particular point. By right, so I needed to. Yeah, you need to select animation, toggle the animation on, and now if I try to now, will it allow me to paste? No, it won't. It won't. So never mind. So just clicking the graphic, this is now hidden above there for now, and here we go. And so I'm just holding down shift and moving to the right spot, and then go back to the black color mat, and now I am putting another. Yeah, so that's in the right spot there. And if I move back to here, and this is where it just needs to move out of the way. So to begin with, so simply one, and of course these also need to. Yeah, we don't want them disappearing. So I'll just check the opacity channel. There's this going on here, so I'm clicking. These keyframes need to be deleted, so click and drag, and then hit the delete key. And so that's now looking okay. So and also on here, on the original. Yeah, we've got this coming up at the end, so I'll probably just fade that in ever so slightly. So 1603, we've got that coming in, so 1603. Again, using the, may as well just copy the same old text again, and use the same black color mat, and I am now right clicking those and copy, and moving those across, and I'm Control V. Let's put them down there, but Control V is paste. So this is another one which just will allow me to. I'm just dragging them up here to allow me to probably get rid of those two. These are probably unnecessary. Delete track and delete track because there's nothing in those. Just tidy it up a little bit, and then. So here, this needs to be. So I'm hitting the T key, which alternatively press that button. the type tool, click in there, and I'm pressing Control A to select all of it, and I'm just going to copy that text there. So holding that, put the caps lock on, VIEL space SP and exclamation mark. Okay, and obviously slightly different typeface, but almost the same. And now pressing the selection tool and dragging that down to here, trying to get the same positioning, and yeah, that's it. That's about it. And the color mats, because it's black, it's not this this channel. This channel has so this is the animation part, which does run out there. So I just like to hold this frame at the end. So I will now. There's a way of just dragging out the to get more frames at the end. So okay, so moved. We don't want this moving, so I will go to the effect controls and then the position. I'm just going to remove the first key here, delete it, and so again, I'm just going to turn the sound off for now. And this is being affected by this color mat here, which it needs to be more like I want to follow that, so I will. Again, it doesn't seem, this one doesn't seem to move, so so I'm selecting this color mat, and I'm gonna delete this first frame, pressing the delete key, having selected it, and so now I'm going to turn the position off. And so I am now just checking this. Yeah, so I'll just line that up in the same way, moving, dragging on there, and that's pretty much there. So I'm going to just alter this part here. so that it just fades in. Again, we'll look at the opacity here, and see what time it comes in. Yeah, it's 15:10, so I'll follow that. And so go to effect controls and the opacity here. So delete this previous, selecting that, deleting that previous key, and so this first key wants to be, well, maybe that 100, just a few frames before, make it 0, and then same with this one. This is selecting the color matte behind here, and then going for opacity and making this making the first one 0, and at 510, and then making that 100. So yeah, so and it stays on screen for a bit, which is probably a good idea. So these last two I think are unnecessary. So that's the last thing to come on. So I'm going to delete those, and so I'm just going to play it back without the music. Hitting the space bar to play it back. So I'm just making everything finish at the same time here, so I'm just lining up. So I'm hitting the Z key or Z key and clicking to zoom in. Just allow me to see what I'm doing. I'm pressing the V key to allow me to select these ends, and okay, so everything's finishing. You've got the animation. I was pressing Z and holding an Alt, and now to zoom out a little bit, and so just at the end, pressing the space bar to play. Yeah, so it stays on screen for a little bit. That's probably a good idea. So just a piece of music, because I think the difference here, I'll probably let it run on a little bit, but so okay, I'll turn the sound back on the machine, and so just distorting a bit, so turn it down a little bit on my system. Yeah, so ideally I'd probably have this stay on a bit longer, so I might try and fish out the original piece of music. So I think at the end I'm just going to fade out the music a little bit. So yeah. So I'm just going to, at the end here, I'm just going to have it fade out. So from there, I'm going to set. This is the volume level in the effect controls for having selected the piece of music audio. Then I'm going to hit a and then say make this -40, so that should really bring the -60, and that really brings it down there. Okay, so this is how it plays now, right at the end. It's a bit too quick. So I'm just manually adjusting these. So I'll just have it fade a little bit there at the end. Perhaps not quite as much as minus. So that's fading to 0 there. And so I've just got it fading there. So, and I think that is not needed. So I'm just selecting and then pressing delete key, and that should go. So I'm just now going to file and save, and now file and export media. And I'm just going to leave match source high bitrate output name. So I'm going to change this. I'm just going to make sure this is going to save somewhere that I know where it is. So and so I've called it Card Game Premiere, and I will export it. So, and I will just check it afterwards. And so I'll navigate to that particular folder. So I'll just try playing that, and just a piece of software I would choose to use is this MPC-HC. Hopefully it'll play okay. Yeah, so that seems to be okay. So I'm just going to give you this material showing how I've done it, plus plus the output itself, and hopefully that will be useful to you.